One quiet night, Jesus walked into a peaceful garden called Gethsemane. The moon was bright, and the stars twinkled above like little lanterns in the sky. The trees swayed gently in the cool wind. Everything was still. Nessa the dove flew softly through the trees, her feathers glowing in the moonlight. "Something special is happening tonight," she said. Tovi the tortoise slowly walked down the path. His shell brushed the leaves as he moved. "Jesus is praying. He knows something hard is coming," he whispered. Jesus had just eaten dinner with his friends, the disciples. They talked and laughed together, but Jesus also told them something serious. He said that soon he would be taken away. Jesus knew it would be hard, but he still wanted to follow God's plan. He knelt on the ground and prayed. "Father," Jesus said, "please help me be strong." His heart was heavy, but he trusted God. Suddenly, torches flickered in the distance. Soldiers came with Judas, one of Jesus' friends who had made a bad choice. They arrested Jesus. Nessa flapped her wings in worry. "Oh no, they're taking Jesus." Tovi frowned. But Jesus isn't fighting back. He's calm and full of peace. He's letting God's plan happen. The soldiers took Jesus to the city. They made him carry a big, heavy wooden cross. People lined the streets. Some were crying, others were confused. Nessa flew above. "He's hurting, but still full of love," she whispered. On a hill called Golgotha, they placed Jesus on the cross between two others. Even though he was in pain, Jesus looked at everyone with kindness. "Father, forgive them," Jesus said. The sky grew dark in the middle of the day. Clouds rolled in quickly, and the earth shook. Tovi tucked into his shell. "The whole world feels sad," he said softly. Jesus took his last breath and gave his spirit to God. Nessa sat quietly in a tree near the hill. "He gave his life for us," she whispered, and a single tear rolled down her beak. Jesus' friends gently took his body and placed it in a tomb carved into a rock. They rolled a big round stone in front to close it. Guards stood by the tomb. It was a very sad day. The garden was quiet again, but something amazing was about to happen. On the third day, early in the morning, the sun rose over the quiet hills. Golden light touched the flowers, and the sky turned soft pink and blue. Birds chirped, and the trees danced in the breeze. Nessa the dove flew high above the tomb. "Something feels different today," she said with a happy flutter. Tovi the tortoise peeked from the grass. "I think something wonderful is going to happen," he said, with a hopeful smile. Suddenly, the ground shook. The leaves trembled, and the earth rumbled beneath Tovi's feet. A bright angel came down from heaven. He shone like the sun. With a strong and gentle hand, the angel rolled away the big stone in front of the tomb. The soldiers who were guarding it were so scared, they fell down like they were asleep. Nessa gasped. "Look, the stone is gone," she cooed with surprise. Soon, Mary Magdalene and her friends came walking along the path. They were carrying sweet-smelling spices to place near Jesus' body. But when they saw the stone rolled away, they stopped in shock. "Who could have rolled the stone away?" Mary asked. The angel stood beside the tomb and said, "Don't be afraid. Jesus isn't here. He is alive, just like he said he would be." Mary's eyes filled with tears, tears of joy. "Alive," she whispered. As she turned to leave, she saw someone standing nearby. It was Jesus. "Mary," he said kindly. Mary's face lit up with joy. "Teacher," she cried, running to him. Jesus smiled gently. Go and tell my friends that I'm alive." Nessa flew in circles above the garden. "Jesus is alive! He's alive!" she sang with joy. Tovi beamed. This is the happiest day in the world. Jesus had come back to life, just like he promised. Now, there was hope again. The garden, once quiet and sad, was full of songs and sunshine. After Jesus came back to life, he spent time with his friends, the disciples. He wanted them to know he was really alive and to help them understand what to do next. One evening, the disciples were sitting in a room with the door locked. They were still a little scared. Suddenly, Jesus appeared right in the room with them. "Peace be with you," he said, smiling. Nessa the dove sat on the windowsill. "Jesus always brings peace," she whispered. The disciples were surprised and happy. Jesus showed them his hands and feet. "It's really me," he said gently. But one disciple, Thomas, wasn't there that day. When the others told him, he didn't believe them. "I need to see Jesus myself," Thomas said. A week later, Jesus came again. This time, Thomas was there. Jesus walked over to him and said, "Touch my hands and believe." Thomas knelt down. "My Lord and my God," he said, with tears in his eyes. Tovi smiled from outside the window. "Jesus helps us believe, even when we feel unsure," he said. Later, Jesus had breakfast with his friends by the sea. He gave them warm bread and fish. They talked and laughed, and Jesus reminded them of everything he had taught them. "Go and tell everyone the good news," Jesus said. "Tell them I love them, and I will always be with them." Then Jesus led his friends to a quiet hill. He lifted his hands and gave them a blessing. As they watched, he rose into the sky and disappeared into the clouds. Nessa flew up into the sky too. "He is with God again," she sang. Tovi looked up and smiled. "And his love stays with us forever." The disciples weren't afraid anymore. They went out with happy hearts, telling the world the good news. Jesus is alive, and he loves everyone. The end.